Good morning. I'm starting to get a lot of emails about grades, and many of the emails reference a percentage of the grade. And is that going to be enough to get you a particular letter grade? Well, I think I should have covered all this in all of my classes. I know there's a couple classes where there are videos posted prominently that deal with this, but I'm going to go over it again. Your grade is based on points, not on any percentage that you find on the Canvas grade report. To find your grade, what you need to do is open your grade report, go to the very bottom, find the number of points, divide that by 10, which is essentially multiplying by 100% and then dividing by 10, or excuse me, multiplying by 100% and then dividing by 1,000 to find the proportion in percent of your points compared to the base grading standard of 1,000 points. Now, also, you need to look at, you'll get a number that way. So take your points, divide it by 10, and then open the syllabus. And now I'm going to show you where to find that and what this means by sharing this screen. Okay. All right, this is the screen for my student test account, so I can see what Canvas assignments and so forth look like to students as opposed to myself. Now, there are some things that, because there are software applications beyond Canvas, like the lockdown browser and so forth, I cannot see what it looks like because I'm not officially a student. Same goes for Turnitin. However, okay, here we have, to find the syllabus, you should have near the top a link that says syllabus. And then once you open that, at the top of that, here's the complete course syllabus. Okay, this is a number you'll need to refer to. Okay, let's assume you found your points, and I'll show you how to get that. Actually, I should show you that before I do this. So, to find your points, and here I'm also going to show you why those percentages are wrong. Okay, this is the test student account. Let's see what his grade report looks like. His is me. I assigned a couple grades just for an example. Okay, syllabus and course navigation quiz. I awarded this imaginary student 25 points for that, but you see all these missing. This student's doing virtually nothing, which is appropriate because it's not a real student, it's just for tests. So far, this student has earned 25 points out of all the 1,200 to 1,300 points of assignments. There are more points assigned than you need to get an A. You don't have to do every assignment. Oh, here's another 25 points. This is just the course evaluation survey. Everybody got 25 points for that because of the percentage that completed the survey exceeded 60%. So now the student has 50 points for the whole semester. 50 points out of 1,000. Did the student earn anything else? That appears to be it. So according to this, 50 points earns that student a grade of, well, almost passing. So this was not the best example. Let's say the student did the final exam and got 111 on it. All right, so let's see how that changes the percent. Okay, then they passed with 161 points. But as I said, to find your percentage, we need a little bit more. Let's give the student 100 points here. Because this is the last week, the percentages start to become more accurate. Okay, so now the student is passing with a C, 76%. Take 261, divide it by 10, that is 26.1. You just move the decimal point. So the student has 26% out of 1,000 points. Now, let's go back to the syllabus and see what 26% earns you in grade terms. According to this report, the student is getting 76%, but in reality, the student is getting 26%. So let's look at the syllabus one more time, open it up, and let's find the page where the grading scale is located. It is toward the end. Here we go, grade ranges. So 76% would be a C, as I mentioned, but he actually has 26%, which is an F. There's a big difference. It is possible. Typically, the more assignments you do, the lower your percentage goes down. Someone with more 200 more points than another student is very likely to have a lower percentage. So find your point. This is page 9 of the syllabus. You can find it within Canvas right before the course calendar. So find your total points. As I showed you, to find that, just look at your grade report. All right, go to the very bottom. Because I didn't save those others, this is still just 50 points. It says 54%, but in reality, it's 5% of 1,000. So this is 10 times higher than the reality. Do not believe this percentage. That is not your grade. I don't know how Canvas calculates that. I do not calculate that. There may be something I have to add to each assignment for that to happen, but right now, in the orientation, I explain this. I usually, in most classes, there should be a video in a prominent place on the home page. I think I forgot that for one of the classes, but don't pay any attention to this percent. Take this number, your total points, and don't divide by this, divide by 1,000, because that's what the grade is based on. 1,000 points of assignments, even though there's at least 1,200 points. Again, you do not have to do every assignment. So this is my answer to all the emails I'm getting where students are mentioning the percentage they have. So given what the syllabus says, you can see what grade you would have if you did no more work. So let's say you haven't finished the final paper. Let's go back to the syllabus and look at this again. Okay. You look at your total and it's 942. Divide 942 by, I went past it, sorry, by 10. That's 94.2%. Or you can just look at the total points here. 942 points is an A. Anything above 895 is an A. 795 to 894 is a B. 695 to 794 is a C. 595 to 694 is a D. If you have less than 595 points total at this point you are failing and you need to get busy and turn in some assignments. If you need an extension on a couple of assignments, no more than 2 at this point, I will give it to you. If you need extensions on more than that, at this point in the semester, the last week, you might as well just accept the fact that you will need to retake the course in another term. Preferably not an 8-week term if you're in the 8-week class, because it's too busy for you. If you've had a personal problem that's prevented you from working, in most cases, I've sent you a link to financial resources that are available. If you haven't availed yourself of those options, you need to do that. If it's something else, contact your counselor. If you need a counselor, if there's some issue that is of concern to you in your household or elsewhere, send me an email. I will give you a direct link to one of our best counselors. So that's really all I have to say. I don't have I do have time to answer every email, but I should be grading the work that's coming in instead. So I'm not going to answer every email because I've been through this already, and it is in various resources. Your grade is based on points. If you must know what the real percentage is, divide by 10. If you want to see how far off that percentage is in Canvas, what Canvas thinks you're earning, just compare the two percentages. The one you get by dividing your total points by 10 is the accurate one. But just find page 9 of the syllabus, take a screenshot of it, whatever it takes. That is where the rubber meets the road. And good luck in your last week. Many of you have higher grades than you realize. That applies to several that have sent me emails. So, be that as it may, you cannot lose points for not completing in particular assignments. If you have 950 points and you have not taken the final, you do not need to. If you have 950 points and you have not taken the final or sent the last paper in, you do not need to get an A. Spend your time on another class. It'd be better spent there because you cannot get a higher grade than an A. Good luck.